How's it going everyone, it's Vivi and welcome back to another Crash Bandicoot video. An hour later, after posting this video covering the 4chan leak on Crash Bandicoot Worlds, more rumors arise on the next brand new Crash game. Before I begin, if you come across this, it's fan-made by user Magaska on Twitter. I saw this being used in thumbnails and being brought up in the comments, causing a lot of confusion. It's fan-made. It's a nice concept, I have to say. With a lunar theme in the back and all that, it looks nice. The copyright Activision 2016 is a big telltale sign anyways. Now onto the topic of today's video. Two apparently, I guess, reliable leakers on Twitter, Sabi, notorious for Nintendo content, and ViewerAnon, known for leaking the plot of the last Star Wars film, and Justice League. Now that right there, we're comparing video game leaks to films. So already take everything in the video with a grain of salt. Here's what we can gather from both of these supposed reliable leakers. Number 1, the new Crash game is not a remake. Number 2, the new game will be developed by Vicarious Visions. Number 3, Crash, Coco, and Cortex will be playable. 4, there will be different themed masks in the game. 5, the game will follow Naughty Dog's style, aka not open world. 6, it's similar to Super Mario 3D World's progression. Let me bring up their tweets, alright? Heard from a good Acti connection that Activision does have a new Crash game coming, and no, not specifically that 4chan leak that included World. Can't deconfirm World, just know that's not what I'm talking about. Vicarious seems to be it, but can't be 100% on that part. Two things here. 1, the 4chan leak is yet to be debunked. Those saying it's fake, sure it might look like it, but there's no confirmation whether this is real or not. And 2, Vicarious Visions being involved, Sabi believes he's not 100% on that part. If we add Toys for Bob leaking their unseen concept of Crash back in late August, then it's likely two teams are working on it. On to the next leaker, ViewerAnon, scooping a different industry. Not only is a new Crash Bandicoot game coming, I've heard from someone I trust the whole thing revolves around masks with special abilities, and that there will be levels where you play as Cortex, Cortex levels. Word is, they tell the full story of Crash levels. So if something blows up to block Crash's progress, the challenge will be you as Cortex setting off that explosion. I trust the source I got the info from. Another one, just had some things clarified for me. You can play as Crash or Coco. The gameplay is Naughty Dog-like. No open world, and the progression system was described as like Super Mario Bros. 3/world themed worlds with individual levels in each, and that's all I know. Mask with special abilities, that we can believe thanks to the It's Time to Play video by PlayStation. You can play as Cortex, and by doing so you can get fully immersed into the level's story. I feel as if playing as Cortex will be unlockable after you beat the game with either Crash or Coco. This new mode will be played from Cortex's perspective. That's what I'm imagining in my head right now. About the Naughty Dog style gameplay, Crash is more suitable in that fashion. Keep it linear, but we're still talking about a brand new game. I want them to expand upon it. I'd love it if what this user is referring to is bigger, more open hub worlds, perhaps with hidden passageways and secrets. Within these large hub worlds, you visit a bunch of levels. You know, keep the essential mechanic from moving from one level to another, but just make it bigger. And that's perhaps what the user is referring to when bringing up Mario 3D World. If I'm not mistaken, technically, the person wrote 3/world, I think he meant 3D World. I mean, Mario 3D World consists of big explorable hub worlds, with levels in each you can explore. Crash going that route, I think, would be the best option. Keep the core mechanics, but just evolve it a little. The 4chan leak, I suppose, meant that exactly by semi-open world. Not entirely open world, but a bit of, you know, Mario 3D mixed in. By the way, have you ever seen COGMONKEY's video? I won't show the whole thing, of course, I'll leave the link of the video in the description below. This person basically modded Insane Trilogy to give us that Twinsanity feel. Some of you probably got that vibe when I mentioned Cortex being playable. Oh, this is probably a new game similar to Twinsanity. These leaks perhaps aren't hinting at this style of open world, but akin to linear, you know, hence the Naughty Dog style of gameplay. Last thing, the 4chan leak mentioning Crash 8. I read a lot of this in the comments section, okay? I don't think 8 means it's a sequel to Mutant or Titans. Oh, it's Crash Bandicoot 8, it's gotta be a continuation to those games. Although those games were canon, well actually some still argue whether or not those games are canon from back in the day, but right now, in the present, we're focused on a new timeline for Crash Bandicoot. I don't think Crash 8 has any significance towards that matter. It's just a code name. Well, in my opinion at least. Oh, another thing before I wrap up the video. Activision has been following this trend. Reveal a trailer in December and release the game in June. It happened with Insane Trilogy and it happened with Nitro Fueled. December, remember, next month we have the Game Awards. That'd be a perfect time to announce a brand new Crash game. But the thing is, the PS5 is on the horizon. Would Activision wait longer and make this new Crash game a launch title? Or make it possibly backwards compatible? Well, what I mean by that is, still release it on the PS4, but taking into account the backwards compatibility of the PS5. So what do you think about that? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'm Vivi, and until next time.